Governor George Pataki served as the 53rd governor of the state of New York from 1995 to 2006.
As you get seated, Governor, this question comes from the Live Free or Die Alliance here in New Hampshire. What federal government agencies do you think should be eliminated?
Well, let me start very briefly by saying we should get rid of Obamacare, we should get rid of Common Core, and we should reduce the size of the federal workforce by at least 15%. Now, people are going to say, how can you do that? I was governor in New York 3 terms. I had an overwhelmingly Democratic state legislature. I was able to get changes like that through. I reduced the size of the New York state workforce by over 15%. We reformed entitlements, cut the growth in Medicaid. We changed the welfare system. When I left, we had over 1 million fewer people on welfare than when I took office. So we have to shrink the size of the federal government. One program I'd repeal is Obamacare. And by the way, to do that, we're going to have to get Democratic votes. We haven't even been able to send repeal to the president for his veto. I will work to get Democrats to support our conservative policies. I did that in New York.
Do you believe that the Affordable Care Act can really, politically, honestly speaking, be repealed?
Not only
what entitlement programs been repealed?
Not only can it be repealed, I think it has to be repealed. It's just going to get worse and worse. Not only is it hurting health care for Americans from all across the economic spectrum, it is also one of the reasons our economy is not growing. I can't tell you the number of employers I know who said, we're going to keep our workforce down below 50, so we're out from under Obamacare. There are millions and millions of Americans working 28 or 29 hours a week because Obamacare would kick in if they worked 30. We have to put in place an alternative. And what I would do is sit down with enough Democrats, as I did in New York, to have an alternative that allows us to repeal it and replace it with a system that actually empowers the patient.
One of our folks here in New Hampshire wants to know, what group do you think is treated most unfairly by the U.S. tax code?
The veterans. I think not just by the tax code, but this is a country, and our freedom depends on those who put their lives on the line to defend it. And to have a health care system for our veterans that denies them service, where as many as 1/3 of those waiting in line for treatment have died before they even get there, and then an administration that lies about it, is completely wrong. So we have to reform the health care system for our veterans. We also have to do more for their mental health. But on the tax code, the biggest single killer there is for manufacturing. I worked in a small town. I grew up in a small town, and I'm the only one, I think, who actually worked in a factory when I was going through college. My family all worked in a factory. They were great jobs. We have the highest tax on manufacturing in the world today. We have the worst regulatory climate for manufacturers today. We have to lower the tax burden. I would pass a law having our manufacturing rate the lowest in the world. That would allow our great workforce to compete and create jobs. And by the way, Jack, despite the bad federal policy on manufacturing, while I was governor, we were able to get over $20 billion in private sector investment in building computer chip factories in upstate New York. Great jobs. Grow the economy, allow the workers to have the opportunity to have a solid career, and shrink the federal government.
What should the U.S. corporate tax rate be? What number?
I think the federal tax rate, I think for manufacturing, I would say 12%, which is lower than the competitors. Our energy costs are coming down. Maybe not here in New Hampshire, but in the rest of the country. We have the best workforce and work ethic in the world. We have entrepreneurs. We have risk takers. The federal government is the biggest single impediment. We can grow manufacturing jobs here.
Been asking the candidates tonight on Planned Parenthood, should taxpayers fund it?
No. The videos just point out quite clearly that Planned Parenthood has a horrific disregard for basic human life, and I think they should be defunded and the funds reprogrammed for other women's health care services. By the way, Jack, well...
Oh, okay, thanks, Governor. We'll get you on the next round. We'll get you on the next round. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.